If you chase the money, you're never going to catch it. But if you're just truly righteous about taking care of others, the money will follow. Because I
Mm.
do believe that, Q. I mean, you probably work with a lot of things. Money does one of two things to you. If you're an asshole, money's going to make you a bigger asshole. Let's be real.
Yep. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Hmm.
But money, if you are service hearted and philanthropic by heart, it's going to amplify that characteristic of you.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. I am fired up today. Y'all heard me say this before. Sometimes my guests got a way of firing me up right before we press play, and this gentleman has definitely done that. And I'm telling you, you're in for a treat today. This is someone that is a disruptor of the system, and I'm gonna let him tell you about the system that he's disrupting. But it's in a fantastic way. It's much needed. It's needed for a much deserved class of real estate. And so I can't wait for him to dive into it. And listen, I ain't gonna even waste no time. I want to introduce you all to Mr. Travis Winfield. Mr. Travis, how you doing today, sir?
Dude, thanks for having me, brother. I am fired up to be here today, man. I've been looking forward to it, dude.
Man, me too, man. And listen, I don't want to waste no time. I want to dive in. I want you to tell the people what your main focus is these days. I would love, man, if you want to give us an origin story of how you got into the space you're in. We love origin stories. And also, man, what part of the world you're in, what markets you're operating in. So, Travis, sir, you got the floor, man.
Let's go, man. Well, look, I'm here. I was born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. I now hail from San Diego, California. Weather's a lot nicer here, right? And my origin story was just like many, like rags to riches. Like, kid you
Mm,
not, grew up with nothing. My mom always had to make sure I had a roof over my head, but like I don't think I had a legit bed to sleep until I was 12 years old. I learned, when you're poor, when you got to figure out how to make $1,000 dressing with mayonnaise, relish, and ketchup, right? So you had to kind of make life work, right? And but I've always been a hustler. I got my very first job when I was 14 years old. As soon as I was legally able to get a job, I had 17 different jobs from between 14 and 19. But then I fell in that category where I couldn't go to college because I didn't have enough money to go, and my parents made just enough where they at the time where they couldn't get financial aid. So I ended up raising my right hand and joining the Navy, and I spent my 24 years in the Navy, and that taught me things. Oh my gosh, man! When you spend more than half your life in the military, you do become institutionalized. I will tell you that. But
mhm.
it also gave me the tools. It taught me how to lead better. It taught me systems and processes and discipline, and it really molded me to the man I am today. Which then led me to now. I retired in 2016. I discovered real estate. I was really drawn to it. I built a pretty successful team here in Southern California, which I'm very blessed to tell you that I turned over to my son, Sebastian, about a year and a half ago. So I've literally exited real estate from doing the day to day. And what a blessing to be able to turn it over to my own flesh and blood, who is actually doing better than I ever did in the business. And he's crushing it. But that freed me up to follow my true passion. And that is there has been no real uh,
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
brand, of course, me being passionate about serving the military, that's never stopped. And so everything I do is about giving back. And so what I've learned is our service members, have banking and insurance that are specialized in military. There's all kinds of other teams and stuff in real estate, but there's no national brand that a service member or a veteran can trust no matter where they're moving in the country. So my mission is to create that brand. So we're really focused on, we're very niche. You have to have a military affiliation to walk in our front door. But then what we do is we certify every single agent. They have to go through a very, very robust certification to even join our network. Once they're done, then they have to actually prove that they have experience. They have to close like at least 3 transactions the last 12 months to finish their certification. And then once they're in, so now I can market to the veterans saying, hey, you want to hire a more certified agent. And by the way, if I didn't mention my company, it is Military Operated Real Estate, right? And our tagline is expect more from your agent. And so now I could tell the consumer they want to hire a more certified agent because it doesn't cost them a dime more than they hired any other agent, but they will know that their level of expertise is here and that we provide quality control and we should ensure the experience of our veteran is the same no matter where they're going to be stationed and helping them with potentially their largest financial decision of their life. And so that is really a passion of ours. We're focused on that, on building that. We're trying to solve the military spouse unemployment crisis. If you didn't know, the military spouse has a 30% unemployment rate. So whereas the national average is only 4. So over 6 times unemployment rate for a military spouse. Why? Because they have to stay home and take care of the family while their spouse is out, serving our country. So they can't work it. So we built a more ambassador program where we're building out a national cadre of military spouses and active duty service members where they can become brand ambassadors for us who connect the service member to our more certified agents. And then they get a little piece of the cut too to provide extra income for their family as well. Uh, we're big into education. We are educating the consumer, right? Because I think we were talking offline. There's over 20 million service members and active duty members in our country, and only 12%, roughly 12% have ever used their VA home loan benefit. And through my research, I discovered that about 80% are just financially, not financially sound. So I actually wrote a book. Yes, our company's name is in the title, Military Money and More. And it's literally designed to help solve the disease of financial literacy and not just a symptom of teaching them how to use their VA home loan benefit. So we believe in the marathon, not the sprint. We want them to go from, where they're still trying to figure out their finances, teach them everything. And then once they get to a roadmap and they're ready, then they deserve to own a piece of the land they defended.
Mm, mm, Man, thank you. Thank you for walking us through the journey, walking us up to what you are now. We're going to dive more probably into the business and different aspects, but I want to dive a little bit into you, man,
Yeah.
because I have this saying where I say, and I got it from someone. I need to make that very clear, y'all. I did not come up with this. I just can't remember who I got it from. So I need to say this, but I have a saying where I say destiny has no wasted moments, right? So as you go through life, every destination, every stop, you pick up something that fortifies more and more of who you are. So I listen to you, man. You didn't have a bid until you was 12 years old. Shout out to your mom. Doing the best she can. You retired in 2016, turned it over to your son, and you're helping people. Like you are thinking of innovative ways to help people who needs help the most. You've served our country. So I guess what I want to say, over your moments of destiny, when did it hit you that you wanted to serve people? Because I'm listening to you. You are serving people all throughout your life. So when did that servitude mindset really kick in for you?
Gosh, I think it's when, quite frankly, I raised my right hand.
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Mm,
To join the military because you don't join the military to get rich, man. Let's be real. All right. You join the military to be part of something bigger than yourself.
mm,
And I think that when you spend a career in service, it
mm,
just becomes part of your life. And so
mm,
even when I retired, one thing I discovered though is the military is a bureaucracy, right? So you have to follow all of their, things that they do. And
mm,
so getting out, I feel like I was learning through a fire hose through learning, financial literacy and because look, make no mistake, I've made every financial mistake you can make
mm,
in life.
mhm,
My book that I wrote is not from me being on my little ivory tower telling everybody what I did right. No, it's about everything I did wrong so
mm,
that I can relate to those people that they're not alone. But the
mm,
point that no matter what stage you are with your financial literacy or your dream of home ownership, you just got to start somewhere. And I
yeah,
think that's where my passion is just education, 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 and then just being a service. Like even all of our agents, for an example, we don't just teach our more certified agents to be real estate agents. We actually
mm,
teach the benefits experts when it comes to all the benefits that go with being a service member. I've told this story so many times, but it gives me goosebumps every time I talk about it. What drove me and inspired me to work on some of these programs was about a year and a half ago. I was sitting at a listing appointment and I always ask my clients, like, why are you selling? Like, do you have to sell? Because I want to teach them how to build wealth. And real estate is one of the biggest vehicles to build wealth with. And he goes, well, Travis, to be honest with you, our son got accepted to, UC Berkeley, which is a really expensive school here in California. And we got to sell so we can free up some liquidity so we can send him to college. And I'm like, well, you're a disabled veteran, right? He's like, well, yeah. I was like, did you know that your kid can go to any California State University school for free? I
mm,
kid you not, I watched both their eyes as well up, and they just started crying right there in front of me. Dude, they didn't even sell their house. They end up sending their kid to college, but they become one of our biggest fans because it's not about the money for us. It's about doing right. Like literally in our mission, vision, and guiding principles, I tell our entire company, if you chase the money, you're never going to catch it. But if you're just truly right about taking care of others, the money will follow. Because I
mm.
do believe that, Q. I mean, you probably work with a lot of things. Money does one of two things to you. If you're an asshole, money's gonna make you a bigger asshole. Let's be real.
Yep. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Mhm,
But money, if you are service hearted and philanthropic by heart, it's gonna amplify that characteristic of you. And I think that's where, like, don't get me wrong, I'm no billionaire or anything like that, but I've done well enough where I now want to pour that into. I don't. It's about mission before commission. I mentioned that. So it's the exciting part, man.
yeah, yeah. No, you hit the nail on the head. I always say two things: marriage and money are magnifiers. Marriage and what? Listen, marriage is not going to fix you. It's just going to magnify more of who you are. Money will not change your character. It's going to magnify more of the character that you are. It's just going to come out and explode. So I am with you, man. I am curious, man. I want to know more about more. I want to know, if you don't mind, that name. It hits. It impacts. When did that name spark in your brain? How did you come up with the name, bro?
Gosh, man, now nobody's ever asked me that before. I can actually tell you exactly when I came up. It was in 2017. I was I was still at another broker just doing real estate. And I just was walking around and I'm a visionary. I'm not an integrator. And that has been one of my biggest challenges in building a business is that I realized that I need to surround myself by people who do great at what I suck at. And one day I was literally just walking around in my house and I was like, I really want to create a brand. And I was just had a random thought. Let me think of a brand. And in the military, acronyms are everything. So I
Mm,
literally was thinking about real estate. What goes with RE? And then I was just kicking around that military operated real estate. It just kind of hit me. And then I go more. And I'm like, man, we use that word a lot. I
come on.
work that in. And you're going to be shocked at how often you do use the word more. And so it's just something that I just kind of resonated with me. And honestly, I didn't even implement it.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
This was in 2017. So I've had the idea for almost a decade, but
Yeah.
it didn't really come to life until this past year. I
Yeah.
did try to change my name to my local team. And I changed back in 2022, I changed my real estate team that I turned over my son to the More Group. But then, I'll get a little vulnerable here. 2022 was a tough year for me. Like with a lot of entrepreneurs, I burned out, man.
Mhm.
I hit a wall. I was, I was running a real estate team. I was building a national brokerage called Century Residential. I was running a non-for-profit that I'm still the vice president of called the Enlisted Leadership Foundation, where we teach leadership to active duty service members. And if I didn't think I was busy enough, I thought it was a great idea to buy a brewery. So I bought a brewery, and I ended up, I basically bought myself a job, and so a lot of things suffered that year. Then of course life happens, right? Does life ever get easier? So I
Mhm.
lost some very dear people to my life. My stepmother raised me, a dear friend. We lost a horse that year, and then my grandmother, God bless her, she had an incredible life. Literally passed away right in front of me. And during these experiences, after that occurred, my body, I guess, just kind of said, "F you, I'm done." It shut down. I went to clinical depression for almost 3 months.
Jeez.
And whereas as an extrovert, I didn't even want to leave my house.
Mm.
It was one of the hardest years of my life. However, I will tell you this, man, and I'm sure you know this. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger by the Kelly Clarkson, right?
Come on.
And sometimes you got to shrink to grow. There's so many different things
Mm.
about this, and I truly can tell you that that experience allowed me to make some decisions in life where I sold the brewery, I resigned from the brokerage, I focused on what was important to me, and that was my son Sebastian. So I literally walked in last year to my son after a lot of growth challenges, and I said, "Son, you're ready. This
Mm.
is yours. I'm going to rename it back to the Winfield Group because that is your legacy, and I want
Yeah.
your name in it." And he's the last Winfield of our family. And I took more back with this idea, and it wasn't until January of last year that I actually discovered my current partner, Chad Neto, who has been an absolute blessing, and he is everything I'm not. And then my other partner, Tristan McKeel, like we are the three amigos that are just really doing this for the right reasons, man.
Mm. Man, you said so much that I can go into, but I'm gonna start to stay on track, man. I absolutely
Sorry,
love
man. You
just
get
to
me on
let
the
you know.
soapbox, man.
I know, man. No, 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 no. This is exactly. I'm so glad you're sharing. I mean, again, man, I can go in so many different directions. Let me just say, I thank you for your gift of vulnerability and transparency. I normally say that later on, but I thank you, man, because you just gave us some transparent moments, and I want to let you know I appreciate that so much, man. I do have to ask you, man, what is your big audacious goal, man? Like, what's next for you, brother?
Well, so more as you know, we are a national brand. Already, as of today, have agents that cover over 110 military installations around the country, and we're just getting started. So my big, hairy, audacious goal is, as I mentioned to you before, uh, as a service member, I can tell you that Navy Federal and USAA, incredible companies with banking and insurance, they own 92% of the market share when it comes to banking and insurance. But yet there's no national brand in the real estate space that they can trust. So my goal is to be in the same conversation as Navy Federal and USAA in the next 3 to 5 years.
Go, man. Let's go. So
Oh, yes,
listen, now talking to you somebody that want to serve people. It seems like to me you understand the value of relationships. So I want to talk to you about relationships. What is your perspective on relationship building? Do you put a premium on it? Has building relationships changed your life? Like how has relationships impacted you, Travis?
Bro, you've probably heard this. Your network is your net worth, man. And, I think relationships are critical for growth. And, you know, we were talking offline, so I'll just talk about this. I believe so much into it. An old, a dear mentor, friend and mentor of mine, Larry Broughton, incredible entrepreneur and veteran himself. He taught me this one time is if you live your life in thirds, and here's what
mm,
that means.
mm,
Spend a third of your life building the relationships of the people who have already achieved what you're trying to achieve.
mm,
Then spend a third, and because that those are your mentors, right? Those are the people that go, and sometimes you might catch up with them, so you have to find other people, right? And so that needle might move a little bit, but always, always, always spend a third of your life hanging out and building relationships with people who have already achieved what you're trying to achieve. But
mm,
then spend a third of your life maintaining the relationships that got you where you are, i.e., your family, your friends. I've been married for 28 years. I think that's one of my biggest achievements. And I will tell you, there's many business owners that will tell you that your choice of a life partner will make or break your business, right? So make sure you maintain those relationships. But then the last third of your life, you should be paying it forward and spending a third of your life hanging out with people who are trying to achieve what you've already achieved. And some people are like, well, nobody's going to want to hang out with me because I just am this. So they try to downplay who they are. Listen, I promise you, there's always somebody trying to level up from where you are, whether it's that kid still in high school or whatever it might be. But if you take the time to pour into them, I promise you, God will help move you forward and be righteous in what you do in life. So does that answer your question, on the value I put on relationships, Q?
Yes, so I guess if you said it that way, I guess it makes sense. Nah, man, you absolutely, man.
But can I just say this too, though? And this is an important one because remember when I mentioned to you that I went through like my real struggles.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Do you know Tyler Perry? Tyler Perry is.
I think I heard of him before. Yeah, I
All
think
right.
so.
A few
Yeah, yeah,
people have heard.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
said something in an acceptance speech,
Mm,
and I saw it for the first time just when I needed to see it. And he said it back in
mm,
2022, and I was literally in the darkest of darkest days because I've always been a pleaser, people pleaser. I want to give a yes to everybody, but that would also give me anxiety to the nth degree. And I was always trying to make everybody in my life happy. And
mm,
sometimes, and so here's what he said that changed my life. He said, it's only 40 seconds. I'll try to paraphrase it and not butcher it too badly. He goes, sometimes people were only meant to be in your life for a season. Some people who you thought were going to be in your life, in your world for a lifetime, were only really meant to be there for a season. It's like boosters of a rocket. When that rocket's going up into space and those booster rockets fall off, that's those people. That doesn't make them bad people. It just means they're not equipped to go to the altitude that you're heading to.
mm, mm,
Right. That right there, that one 40-second quote
mm.
changed my life.
Listen, I know you just dropped that gem. I just feel very, very compelled to say this. Is there any topic that we have not talked about that you want to talk about? Is there, and I'm not trying to put pressure on you. Again, I just feel led to say it. Is there any other words of inspiration, education, motivation that you want to give? Like, I just feel compelled to say that. If it's not, it's cool. I'm not trying to pressure you, but I wanted to put that out there for you, man.
Well, I'll say this, man, and I know we have limited time, and I'm loving this, by the way, Q. So you can have me on any time because I'm really kind of loving this conversation. Sometimes you get into a conversation with people, you're like, man, that's the right synergy that you want to be in. So I'll just say this, man. Uh, and this goes to whether you're a real estate agent or an entrepreneur, or whether you're just you're a person who's just trying to make a decision for the next thing to do in life. Going back to what Larry Broughton told me this also, but it's a quote from General George Patton. You by chance know who he is? From what famous World War II general, right?
Yes, sir.
He once
Yeah.
said, and we've all heard that people get into analysis paralysis. They're afraid to take the next step in life, whatever that, either business or in life, because they're just stuck in analyzing things. So he said this: a good plan, violently executed today, is better than the perfect plan executed next week. So just take massive action today.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked that because I needed that. I'm glad I had no idea I needed that. Man, Travis, sir, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, learn more about what you're doing, how can they get in contact with you, sir?
Absolutely, man. So obviously, if you just want to follow me with my book, traviswinfield.com, not too difficult to remember. Traviswinfield.com that's kind of my big funnel where people come in, can buy link to my book, link to my businesses that I have. But the one I really want to make sure people are aware of is more. And so our website is militaryoperatedrealestate.com. Military operated with a D, realestate.com. The acronym is MORE. And you can also call us. We have a national phone line. That's 1-888-614-MORE. And that's MORE is 6673. So MORE. So you can call us, you can email us, you can go to our website to connect with us. Everything you want to know about us is on our website. We have a very robust website. So yeah, man, thanks for having me, Q. This has been phenomenal, man.
So, man, I sincerely got to say three things, right? So, first, thank you for your time. I think you know time is very precious, very valuable. We can put a premium on our time. So, thank you for your time today. Secondly, thank you for your story. The late Kobe Bryant said before he passed away, he was on the Lewis Howes podcast. Lewis asked him, he said, "What is it that you want to do that you have not done yet?" Kobe said, "Tell the perfect story." Kobe says, "Nothing in this world moves without story." So our stories are so impactful. Jesus taught in parables. Jesus said that our testimony, we're going to overcome by each other's testimony. So stories are prominent. So thank you for your story, your gift of vulnerability. Lastly, thank you for your perspective. Thank you for your mindset and bringing that mindset to this platform. I sincerely appreciate it and appreciate you, sir.
It was my pleasure, Q. And again, looking forward to continued relationships. So you talk about relationships. I want you to know, bro, I'm liking this. We're gonna stay in contact if you're open to it, my friend.
You got to believe it. I listen. We're talking more about that for sure. You better believe it though. So listen, y'all can't tell me y'all did not get the value from Mr. Travis. I told you it was gonna be a good one. I delivered. Every time I say that, I tell y'all, call me out. When I say it and I don't deliver, call me out. Absolutely incredible. So definitely check him out. Get his book. Check him out. Connect with him. But definitely make sure you are subscribed here because I promise you, we're going to continue to bring up amazing people just like Mr. Trevor. Travis. Why are you Trevor, man? Travis. Forgive me, Mr. Travis.
Hey, oh, Barry, I don't care, Q. I'm all good.
Oh, stop, man. Stop, man. Mr. Travis, I appreciate you. So listen, thank you again. And to everyone else, listen, y'all have a phenomenal day.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.